So, what was the name of drugs that we were studying last class?
Opioids and cannabinoids.
Opioids and cannabinoids.
Cannabinoids.
And what is another name of a smack?
Smack is opioid.
Another name of smack.
Heroin.
And chemical formula of heroin is
Diacetyl morphine.
diacetyl
Morphine.
morphine. Okay. And what is the source of morphine?
From Papyrus somniferum.
Papiver somniferum. And source of this cannabinoids?
Cannabinoids is cannabis sativa. Cannabis sativa.
Cannabis sativa. Okay. And mode of intake of this cannabinoids drugs?
Was inhalation and the inhalation was not no inhalation and oral injection.
Oral injection. Good. And today we will study about the last drug, that is coca alkaloids. No?
Yeah.
So this is the next drugs, coca alkaloids. And source, what will be the source of this coca alkaloids? This is given in NCRT also. Hmm? Which plant? Coca plant. And what is the name of this coca plant? Erythroxylum coca. What is the name? Erythro
Xylem coke.
coca. And this coca alkaloids is commonly called cocaine. So this is also known as cocaine. And actually this coca plant is not a native of India. It is a native of South America. Okay. So this is the plant of where? Which country? South America. Okay. And in coca alkaloids, we will study the mode of action. One neurotransmitter is there in our body that is known as dopamine. Have you heard this term, dopamine?
Uh,
Dopamine or dopamine?
yeah.
Yeah, so these drugs generally inhibit the transportation of that neurotransmitter that is called dopamine. So this actually the mode of action, that is it interferes with the transport of neurotransmitter. Transport of, actually this question is asked like which neurotransmitter transportation is affected due to coca alkaloids. So you have to name the neurotransmitter. So it interferes with the transport of neurotransmitter, and the neurotransmitter that is what? Dopamine. Dopamine or dopamine, both are same. Okay. And this cocaine is commonly called, so sometimes this question is also asked, cocaine is commonly called what?
Coke. Crack.
This is called coke, or it is also called crack. And generally it is if we'll discuss about the mode of intake, then it is snorting. Mode of intake, this drug is taken by snorting. Okay. And actually these drugs have a keen effect on our central nervous system. Okay. So suppose that which system is affected due to this drugs, so our central nervous system will be affected this cocaine or cocaine, or this is also called coke, or coke is also called what? crack. So this is, we can write here, it has a potent stimulating action. Stimulating action. On central nervous system. CNS, central nervous system. And actually, this produces a sense of euphoria, means that a person feels very energetic after taking these drugs. Okay, so this produces a sense of euphoria. Euphoria. And it increases energy. So this drug is also misused by a sports person, because this drugs, actually this stimulates central nervous system, and person become very wakeful, and this also produces a sense of euphoria, and this enhances the energy of a
Energy.
person. Okay, so this drug is also misused by some sports person. Okay, and suppose that if one person taking these drugs is in very high amount, then hallucinogenic effect will be there. Hallucinogenic effect means what is hallucinogenic effect? Actually the thing that really does not exist, but person feel like that they are in heaven or something like that. So excess doses of these drugs, this produces hallucination. So this is, we can write here, excessive use of it causes hallucination. Okay, so actually these are the drugs that we had to study in according to NCRT also. So one question is there, sometimes this drugs like options will be given in the questions, and question will be like that, which drugs are commonly abused by a sports person, used or abused, misused. Okay, and some drugs are also there that have a medicinal use also, because they are used in surgery to reduce pain. So some drugs are there, like drugs like barbiturates. Barbiturates drugs are there. Some drugs are called amphetamines. Amphetamines and benzodiazepine. Benzodiazepines. Okay, these are normally used as medicines to treat the patient. Actually, the patient will be suffering from mental illness. It may be like depression and insomnia. The person will not be able to sleep properly, and the disease is called what? Insomnia.
Insomnia.
Okay, so these drugs are, actually these are misused as well as used. Misused, these are misused also, but actually these are having a medicinal property. And these drugs, especially this barbiturates, amphetamine, and this benzodiazepines, these are normally used to treat the patient of mental illness, like the person may be suffering from depression, or may he or she may be suffering from insomnia, means lack of what, the person sleep,
Sleep.
you can say. The person is not able to take rest or sleep properly. And one more is there, this, like we have written here that excessive dose of this coke can produces hallucinogenic effect. Some more drugs are there that are hallucinogenic in nature, and this is always asked, like atropa belladonna, dhatura, you know.
This is for what?
Yes, yes,
purpose.
yes, yes. These drugs actually, these are having hallucinogenic effect. Okay, these are additional drugs that are having hallucinogenic effect. Or a hallucinogenic effect, you know, the things, the person will just roam in imaginary world. Actually, the world is not existing, but still he will is think that he or she is in our own world, and the thing which really does not exist, they will feel that they are in, you can say they are in heaven, and whatever they are thinking maybe. So this effect is called what? Hallucinogenic
Hallucinogenic.
effect. Okay, one more is there, that is smoking. Smoking is injurious for health, but still people smokes. And smoking in cigarette, what do you think? What should be, what is there in cigarette smoke? Hmm?
Ma'am, what is?
Smoke in cigarette, what is their chemical in cigarette? Which chemical
Is
is
it
present in cigarette?
last nicotine?
Tobacco contain what?
Um,
Tobacco contain which chemical? Actually, cigarette
nicotine.
contains tobacco, and tobacco
Uh,
contains which chemical?
nicotine.
Nicotine. Okay, so we are discussing about tobacco. So people use tobacco in your area or not? Tobacco?
In our area?
People use tobacco.
Yeah.
Okay, some people just use it and take it in mouth orally. You can take in the form of chewing. Some just smoke. So various methods or techniques they use, and they use this tobacco in different mode. Okay, so tobacco means, actually the history of this tobacco is 400 years old. If we discuss about history, it is not new, but 400 years ago. And tobacco actually is smoked, chewed, smoked in the form of cigarette or bidi, chewed, or this is also used as a snuff. Okay, and if we'll discuss about chemical, or you can say composition, then what will be present in this tobacco? It is simply nicotine. Okay, and this nicotine is a type of what? Alkaloid. This is a drugs, alkaloid. Okay, and actually, what happens when people use tobacco? Some mode of action is there, and you can say mechanism. So, what is the mechanism when people use tobacco? What happens to them? What is the effect of the tobacco on people's body? So, this is mechanism, and simply this nicotine will stimulate our adrenal gland. Okay, so in flowchart we will write here, this nicotine stimulates adrenal gland. Adrenal gland, you know,
Yeah.
endocrine. What are the name of hormones that are released from adrenal gland?
Hormones released from adrenal gland.
Yeah. Hmm? Which hormone? No.
Aldus.
What?
Nothing.
Adrenaline or noradrenaline? Have you heard about this term? Adrenaline or noradrenaline?
Yeah.
And from where it is secreted? From adrenal cortex or adrenal medulla?
Adrenal cortex
Mhm.
and that. Huh?
No, 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 no. Adrenaline and noradrenaline are secreted from adrenal medulla, not from cortex. Cortex, that is
Just
glucocorticoid,
around that and okay.
glucocorticoids, mineralocorticoids, and sex corticoids. These are released from adrenal cortex. And aldosterone comes under mineralocorticoids. Okay. And we are discussing here about hormones, that is adrenaline and noradrenaline, that are secreted from adrenal medulla. So this nicotine stimulates adrenal gland. As a result, release of adrenaline, okay, and noradrenaline, because these are having effect on cardiovascular system also. Adrenaline and noradrenaline into blood circulation. Okay. And as a result, what happens? So as a result, blood pressure and heart rate both get what? Increase or decrease? Increase. Okay. So these are having effect on our cardiovascular system. Okay. So what? So this simply, tobacco will increase our heart rate as well as increase our what? Along with heart rate, what will it increase?
Blood pressure.
Blood
Blood
pressure.
pressure.
Okay. So actually, this is a mechanism of action. So people feel like something going, yeah, something is happening in our body, and because this stimulates our, you can say that it increase our heart rate as well as blood pressure. So this is clear to you. And it depends upon the mode of intake, how people are intaking that tobacco. So various diseases will be there. Suppose one is inhaling, then there may be chances of lung cancer. One is chewing tobacco, then may be a chances of oral cancer. So the mode of intake, simply the disease will depend upon the mode of intake, how a person is taking this tobacco. So uh, simply you can say that smoking increases cancers of lungs. It also increases cancer of urinary bladder as well as throat. And throat cancer will be due to chewing of tobacco. And since it is affecting the heart activity, so you can say that it also increases coronary heart disease. So these are the bad effect of tobacco. uh, it may increases the chances of gastric ulcer. And since one is inhaling or smoking, it may lead to inflammation of bronchioles, that is called what? Bronchitis. It is called bronchitis. And one in respiratory system also, you have studied about one disease that is due to chronic smoking, emphysema. You know emphysema? Elasticity of alveoli is lost in this disease, emphysema. Okay, emphysema or emphysema, you both can pronounce. So emphysema, what happens? Simply, elasticity of alveoli is decreased due to chronic smoking. है ना? Chain smoker, you can say. Chain smoker means continuously he is smoking, he or she is smoking cigarette. So this may be leading to loss of elasticity of alveoli, and this disease is called emphysema or emphysema. Is it clear to you?
Yeah.
And one more is there. Suppose that during smoking carbon monoxide, is it good for our health or bad? Carbon monoxide?
Bad for the health.
Bad for the health. Okay. So this also, smoking also increases carbon monoxide concentration in our blood. So you can say that this tobacco smoking increases carbon monoxide. Okay. Carbon monoxide, or simply you can say that what is the chemical formula of carbon monoxide? C.
Oh.
In blood. As a result, if we discuss about the affinity of oxygen and carbon monoxide with hemoglobin, then hemoglobin have a strong affinity with this carbon monoxide. Suppose that both will be there, if carbon monoxide is also there and oxygen is also there, then uh, hemoglobin will bind with carbon monoxide, because carbon monoxide have more affinity with hemoglobin in comparison to oxygen. So what will happen, the carbon monoxide level in person blood will increase, and this may lead to very serious condition. So what is happening here, that tobacco smoking increases carbon monoxide level in blood. As a result, there will be reduction of in heme bound oxygen, means hemoglobin that binds with oxygen amount will be decreased due to this carbon monoxide. So we can write here reduction in heme bound oxygen. And suppose that if this heme bound oxygen means oxyhemoglobin, if it decrease in our body, then what will happen, oxygen deficiency may be there. So this will lead to oxygen deficiency in body. Is it clear to you? How tobacco smoking is injurious for health? Because it increases carbon monoxide level in our blood. As a result, what will happen? The amount of oxyhemoglobin will be decreased, and if oxyhemoglobin will be decreased, then what will happen? Oxygen deficiency will be there in our body. Is it clear to you?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is all about drugs and tobacco. One more is there, that is alcohol. So we'll discuss about alcohol later. One more thing is there, adolescence. What is adolescence?
And
Hmm?
adolescence period. It is
Okay.
a 15 to a till 18
Hmm.
years. 12.
You are bio student and still not knowing exact age of adolescence.
12 to 18 years. I, 12, 12, yeah, 12 to 18.
Okay. Between childhood and adulthood. Simply you can say that this is a breeze, means connective period, you can say, between this period is actually the period between the childhood and adulthood. The person is not fully adult, not they are, and he or she is not child also, so then that period is called what? Adolescence period. And during adolescence period, a lot of changes are taking place in the person's body. Some changes are common in male and female, but some changes are there that is different in boys and girls. So this is adolescence. And simply you can say that if we'll discuss about adolescence period, then exactly teenagers, you have heard this term teenagers, and it actually this is from 12 to what years? 18 years of age. So adolescence period is, what will be the age of adolescence period? 12 to what?
18.
18. Okay, so you can say this, during this period lots of changes are taking place. Biological changes also, appearance, development of breast, menstrual cycle, beard, mustaches, so this will all will come under biological changes. And behavioral changes also, person seems that they are very young, behavioral changes means they are mature enough. Okay, and etc you can say. And in this period actually this addiction may be there. Person thinks that there are so many factors here, that experimentation, you can say adventurous work, curiosity, experimentation, these all factors will lead to being that a child will be addicted of some drugs or smoking or alcohol, whatever you will say. So this period is actually very dangerous because a lot of changes are taking place and the person is unstable. No, actually he or she is not stable at this age. Okay, so we discuss here that due to these changes, the person may be addicted of drugs as well as alcohol. So what may be the factor that will lead to addiction of those drugs? So you can say the factors may be curiosity, experimentation, need for adventure. Actually this question is asked in board also. What are the factors that leads to addiction? So these are the factors that leads to addiction. What are the factors? Curiosity,
Curiosity,
experimentation,
adventure,
need for adventure,
adventure.
and excitement. So these factors are fixed. This is given in NCERT too. So NCERT also these factors have been discussed. So generally this question is asked in your board examination also, that what are the factors that may lead to addiction of drugs. So you can write these four factors are there, because at this period a child is very curious to know about something, that it will, if I am going to consume alcohol, how it will taste, and what will be the effect of alcohol in our body. And one you can say also experimentation. Suppose that child wants to know what happens after smoking, how it affects our health, how it changes our behavior, how one person feels. So this will come under experimentation. And need for adventure, already means normally they will be bored from normal work, and if we say suppose that one bottle of alcohol is there, he or she will want to consume it. At what happens, do some adventurous work, and there's a need for adventure. And also excitement factor also leads to the addiction of drugs. So these are the factors that leads to addiction of drugs. Is it clear to you?
Yes.
Okay, so next what will happen? Actually these are the common factors, but not only the four factors that is working for being addiction. Also one see that, suppose that in movies also, if one is suffering from too much strains, then he start smoking. So what a child think, that suppose that I am having a pressure, I am having I've been suffering from tension, then what should I do? I should just smoke. So in newspaper, television, uh, social media, these factors are also responsible for this. Okay, and another thing maybe you can say that TV, newspaper, these also play a very important role uh, in being addicted for something, newspaper, movies, because in every movies you will come to know that person is smoking. So this promote false perception of smoking. And suppose that in one's family there is always a fighting between mother and father. Suppose a child want to buy some books and he or she asks from parents that give me money, and person is not parents is not supporting them, then in that case also child will be suffering from tension, and in that case also he or she may start smoking. So this may be another factor. So this will come under unstable or unsupportive family structures. And in peer pressure also, peer means friend pressure, chill means peer pressure means in friend circle also one may be addicted of this. So this may be due to peer pressure. Okay. And what happens, suppose that person is taking it for one time in starting, this may be for experimentation or curiosity, but if he is taking many times, he is taking drugs so many times, not one time, again he or she is consuming, then this is actually not for curiosity, but the person becomes addicted of this. Okay. So these are the factors that may lead to drugs addiction. And one more term is there, that addiction and dependence. Addiction and dependence. So addiction. Addiction means, how will you define the person is addicted of something? Have you any idea? Addiction.
Actually, suppose if he takes alcohol and is not able to stop it.
Psychological attachment, psychological attachment. Okay. So addiction, you may say that this is psychological attachment. Psychological attachment to the effects of drugs, like feeling of coolness, you can say euphoria, relaxed, or simply you can say temporary feeling of well-being. So suppose that one is consuming alcohol or smoking, and he feels for some time that is very relaxed, feeling relaxed. Then what he will think that if I smoke or I consume these drugs, then I become very relaxed. And simply this is nothing. Actually, this is not working properly, but this is the psychological state of the person, you can say. So addiction is nothing but psychological attachment to the effects of drugs, like being temporary feeling of well-being or euphoria, you can say. So this is addiction. And if one becomes addicted, then suppose that this is not necessary, this is not the time to take drugs, but instead he or she start using drugs, and you can say that a person is being addicted of it. Okay. So uh, if one is taking drugs continuously, then what will happen, the tolerance level will simply increase. Okay. So amount or tolerance level of the drugs will simply, it will get increased. Suppose that one person is taking drugs continuously, then what will happen, he is taking some amount of drug, but what will happen that slowly that amount of that particular dose of drugs will not work. Simply the tolerance level get increases and the person start consuming more drugs. So if one is being addicted, then their tolerance level simply, you can say, increases or decreases.
It increases tolerance level.
Increases. Okay, so the tolerance level of receptors increases with repeated use of drugs. Repeated use of drugs. And this, what will happen, this will just increase the amount of drugs and the person will be being addicted of it. तो कह सकते हैं, simply we can say that the tolerance level of receptor increases with repeated use of drugs, because of which to produce same effect, higher doses of drugs, higher doses of drugs or alcohol, both. Alcohol is required, leading to addiction. Leading to addiction. So this is addiction. And suppose that one is being addicted of a drug, then how will you determine, how will you feel that the person is being addicted? Because suppose you stops giving drugs, yeah, you can say that the person is not taking drugs, then what will happen, he will not feel comfortable. Some withdrawal symptoms will be there, like nausea, sweating, heavy heart rate, and these are called withdrawal symptoms. But when the drugs is recontinued, again the level, the person become fine. Okay, so how will we will know that the person is being addicted of it? So simply from withdrawal symptoms. So if this question is also asked in exam, what is withdrawal syndrome or withdrawal symptoms, you can say. Withdrawal syndrome. This is important for NEET also, withdrawal syndrome. You can say whenever a regular dose of drugs or alcohol is abruptly discontinued, then there is a tendency of the body to give, this is important for board also, to give characteristic and unpleasant symptoms that are collectively called withdrawal symptoms. withdrawal syndrome. And so withdrawal syndrome is clear to you. Withdrawal syndrome. What is the meaning of withdrawal syndrome? Suppose a person is taking drugs continuously, and if he or she stops consuming the drugs, some characteristic or unpleasant effect the person will feel, and that effect is called which syndrome? Withdrawal syndrome. And what may be this withdrawal symptom? What may be the symptoms? Suppose the person may be suffering from anxiety, so anxiety will be there, the person will become very anxiety about this. Body may be shaking, and this is called shakiness. And he will feel like nausea and heavy sweating. And these are the symptoms or syndrome that will comes under withdrawal syndrome. But how the person will be recover, or how he or she will be get rid of this anxiety, sickness, nausea and sweating, again he or she, when she or he will start consuming drugs. Okay, so you can see that these are relieved when drug use is again continued. Again continued. Okay, and sometimes this symptoms may be so dangerous, then one he or she need to be hospitalized in hospitals, and he or she need medical assistance also. So these withdrawal symptoms are very you can say this is very risky. Okay, one second. By today we will complete this chapter. Okay, so one more is there, last topic is there, effects of drugs and alcohol abuse. What may be the immediate effect? The person may so aggressive, he or may will become aggressive, reckless behavior. So these are the immediate effect, so this will come under effects of drug or alcohol abuse. Okay, so what will be the immediate effect? One second. Mm, so what will be the immediate effect of this drug or alcohol abuse? This is reckless behavior, vandalism, violence. Okay, and excessive drug use may lead to bad effect also. Excessive dose of drugs, this may lead to respiratory failure, or this also lead to heart failure, respiratory failure, heart failure. This may lead to brain hemorrhage or cerebral hemorrhage, and person may go into coma, or death also may be occur. Okay, so what do you think? Excessive dose of drug is useful or harmful? Harmful. Okay, this may lead to death also. And simply you can say, if one is taking drugs as well as alcohol together, this may lead to overdosing, and you can say death also. So combination of drugs, combination of drugs or alcohol, this may lead to overdosing or it may lead to death also. Okay, so suppose that one is one student becomes addicted of it, then how will you identify the student that he is addicted of drugs? So his behavior will simply by looking at his or her behavior, we can identify that the student is suffering. Suppose that he is dropping, he is not attending the class. Once a time he was a topper student and now he is scoring less than 10 marks. Then by looking over these symptoms or these characters, we can say that he or she is being addicted of drugs. Okay, so the you can say the most common warning signs of drugs and alcohol abuse, yeah, simply you can say signs of drug and alcohol abuse among youth. So what may be the symptoms that youth is being addicted of drugs or alcohol? So simply decreasing academic performance. This is decreasing academic performance. Next, unexplained absence from, actually this question is for board also. Unexplained absence from school, college, you can say. Loss of interest in relationships. Relationship means in family, in friends also. And hobbies also. And withdrawal symptoms may be there, like withdrawal, you can say, or depression. He or she might be suffering from depression, not feel energetic, always feeling fatigue. Person becomes very aggressive, etc. In fact, he or she is not interested in personal hygiene also. So we can write here lack of interest in personal hygiene. Stop taking bath, interest in personal hygiene. Okay, and simply you can say sleeping and eating pattern habit changes, sleeping patterns and eating habit may change. Okay, or suppose that if he or she is not having enough money to purchase drugs, then he or me may he or she may start stealing. Okay, so actually these are the symptoms or these are the signs that are commonly seen among the youths when he or she becomes addicted of this drugs. Is it clear to you?
Yes.
Okay, and suppose one is consuming drugs, and is simply this may lead to, if he or she is taking drugs intravenously, then he or she might be suffering from some contaminated disease also. Okay, and this long term, you can say long term or chronic use of drugs and alcohol may damage central nervous system, may damages central nervous system, and it may damage liver and cause liver cirrhosis. Liver cell will be damaged in liver cirrhosis. Okay, so some sports person also you misused steroidal drugs, and what will be the effect of that anabolic steroid, suppose for bodybuilding. Okay, for bodybuilder may misuse the drugs, but some side effects are there. For this anabolic steroid will also come under the drugs. So simply you can see that uh, um, drugs misused by a sports person, sports person like narcotics drugs. Okay, narcotics, analgesic, painkiller, analgesic, and anabolic steroids. These are the drugs that are misused by the sports person. Anabolic steroids, diuretics, you can say hormones, etc. For is for what purpose they will use these drugs? For enhancing their performance, enhancing their performance. Which promotes their aggressiveness, which promotes aggressiveness. Okay, but some side effects are there, and this is very important. Side effects in male and female are different, so we will write here the side effects. Side effects of anabolic steroid in female. So what will be the you can say side effect of anabolic steroid that are used by sports persons for enhancing their performance? What may be the side effect in male and what may be the side effect in female? So firstly we will discuss in female what will happen. So female will just develop male like character. Okay, or masculinization, you can say masculinization, or simply you can say features like male. Increased aggressiveness, aggressiveness, mood swing may be there, and she may be suffering from depression also. And clitoris in female reproductive system, you have studied about clitoris. So clitoris become enlarged. So we can write here enlargement of clitoris. Enlargement of clitoris, and voice becomes too much heavy. So this is deepening of voice. deepening of voice. And in case of female, menstrual cycle also becomes irregular due to this drugs. Okay, so we can write here abnormal menstrual cycle. Abnormal menstrual cycle. And the hair growth pattern will be too much heavy. Facial hair will grow, and you can say that everywhere there will be dense pattern of hair. This also is a side effect of this drug. So we can write here excessive hair growth on excessive hair growth on the face and the body. Okay, so these are the side effects in female, but some side effects are also there that are in male also. So what may be the side effects of anabolic steroid in male? So we will write here side effects of anabolic steroid in male. What may be the side effect? So simply acne will develop in male and female both. Acne, pimples, so this may develop increased aggressiveness, mood swing may be there, and there may be depression also. Depression. And in male, like in female, male like character develops. Same in male, female like characters will develop. Female like character means development of breast may be there in case of male. Okay, so enlargement of breast we can write enlargement of breast. And baldness, what is
Yeah.
baldness?
Loss of hair and
Premature baldness, you can say. Premature baldness. And in female, clitoris becomes enlarged. In case of male, what will enlarge? This is enlargement of prostate gland. So we can write here enlargement of prostate gland. Enlargement of prostate gland. And testicles, testicles produces sperms. So due to continuous use of this anabolic steroid, the testicle size may be reduced. And if the testicle size will be reduced, then what will happen? Simply a sperm count will also decrease. And if a sperm count will decrease, then this may lead to sterility. Sterility, not fertile, couple is not fertile, then they are sterile. Okay, so here enlargement of prostate gland. And we can write here reduction in size of testicles, in size of testicles. And this may lead to decrease sperm production. What is oligospermia?
what is
Oligospermia, do you know this term? Oligospermia.
a may the so sperm count will be less in that case. In order
Less than what? Less.
less than one.
In normal ejaculate, in one ejaculate, how many sperms are released? This is the question of board also. Hmm?
In How much is reduced? I don't
How
know.
much?
In one ejaculate or 100 million sperm, I know. On
Where have you read this 100 million sperm?
this one in human reproduction chapter we
100 is 100 million sperm have you studied? Hmm? 100 billion or more than 100 million? Exactly, data has been given and this is asked in NEET also. What is the data? 200 to what?
200.
200 to 300 million sperms are released in one ejaculate. And if the sperm count is less than 20 million per ejaculate, okay? So less than 20 million means the person is suffering from what? Oligo
Sperm,
sperm,
yeah.
okay? And this may
Yeah,
lead
two.
hmm,
Yes. So
200,
now let's turn the
200 to 300 million,
then.
okay? This is kidney and liver dysfunction. So these are the side effects of this anabolic steroid in male and female as well. Okay, and if continuous use of drugs is there, then the person may then he or she may have a short height because the bone plate will be closed soon and the person bone length will be decreased. So you can say that in the adolescent, right here, stunted growth may result from premature closure of the growth center of the hormones. This is actually in the case of adolescents. Okay, so these are the effects, you can say effects or side effects of the drugs in male and female. And last topic is there, prevention and control. How can we prevent the person from being addicted of the drugs? So what may be the prevention and control method? This is the last topic, prevention and control. Okay, so this is important for board also. Prevention and control, actually this question is asked in long question, prevention and control. So how one can prevent from being addicted of drugs and how means drug addiction can be controlled. So this may be by avoid undue pressure. Suppose you are a parent and you always want your child to be excel in examination. You will always say that score 100%, score 100%. Suppose that is everybody have different potential, you can say. How one can score always 100%? So this is not necessary. And if the person is being pressurized from the parents or the family that score 100%, 100%, then what will happen? The person or the child may be under pressure, and in that case he become frustrated and he or she may start using or abusing drugs. Is it clear to you? Okay, so avoid what pressure? Undue pressure. Again, another method is that by educating the people and counseling them. So next is education and counseling. Education and counseling counseling, suppose one is being addicted of drugs, then you may counsel that don't take this, this is very dangerous, this may affect your study. So these are education, and it will come under counseling. Education and counseling of child should be done for what? To face the problem, to face problems and stresses, and to accept disappointment. Disappointment and failure. You can explain this. Avoid undue pressure. You can write 3 or 4 lines in that. Education and counseling, you can also make points by yourself also. Mainly, you have to memorize the points that what should be there in this topic: prevention and control method. Against the parents as well as teacher must look for dangerous sign. So parents and teachers should look for dangerous signs or danger signs. Again, next is, suppose that your friend is becoming addicted of drugs. Like being a friend, you should say him that stop using drugs, or you may inform to his or her parents also. So this is help from parents and peers should be sought immediately. Immediately to the child, so that they can be guided. Because guidance and counseling is very necessary at this age. Suppose that one, your parents is always be guide you that do this, don't do this. So guidance is must for the child. Okay, so this is maybe proper guidance, you can say. The guidance may be there. And suppose that uh, these things are not working, then what should do? We should go for medical help. So the last point is seeking seeking professional and medical help from highly qualified psychologist, you can say, psychiatrist, psychiatrist, psychiatrists, and de-addiction and rehabilitation programs for the individual who have unfortunately addicted to drugs. drugs or alcohol abuse. Okay, so in short, what you can write, preventive methods, that proper guidance and counseling should be there. There should not be a child should not be pressurized too much. Okay, one should not be compared with their friends, that your friend is scoring too much and you are scoring so less. So if we are doing like this, a child may become pressurized and he or she may start abusing drugs. Not using, actually it is abusing drugs. Okay, and parents and teacher both should be conscious that suppose that any changes is taking place in your words or in their words, then the parents must be they must ask their child what is the problem. We are there for help you. So if a parents is guiding their words properly, one teacher is taking care of the students, then there may be chances that if the students are having any problem, the problem may be resolved, and he or me she may not move towards the drugs. So these are the things that we can do to prevent the drugs and alcohol abuse. Do you have your NCRT out now?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Okay, so in exercise portion, what question? Question number 1, what is the question? First question of your exercise.
One second, I'll take that page.
Okay, okay. First question.
What are the various public health measures which you would suggest as safeguard against infectious diseases?
Hmm. What
We
will be the
saw,
answer?
we saw vaccination
Hmm.
and eradication of vectors. We saw
Overcrowding should be avoided. Okay, there should be proper drainage system. Is it right or wrong? Proper drainage system will be there. Water logging should be avoided. What? Okay, so these are the public measures. Next, second question is,
in which way has the study of biology helped us to control infectious diseases?
hmm, answer.
Mm,
What is the question? In which way?
in which way has the study of biology helped us to control infectious diseases?
Hmm. Biology, how biology helps in controlling infectious diseases. By studying biology, you may come to know about the disease or the mode of spreading of the disease, how the disease, what are the types of disease. It may be waterborne disease, it may be airborne disease. So we should always inhale in fresh air. We should do plantation for air to be purified. We should always consume fresh water or fresh food, you can say. Contaminated food and contaminated water should be avoided. Overcrowding should be avoided. So by studying biology you can mm, do this. Okay, next.
And then, how does the transmission of each of the following diseases takes place?
First,
First is amoebiasis,
amoebiasis, how it
then
is transmitted?
contaminated food and water.
Good. Next, amoebiasis,
Malaria, female. Yes,
amoebiasis or house fly. Contaminated food and water is there, but house fly
house
is the
flies,
carrier.
mechanical. Yeah.
Okay, next.
And then malaria, it is a female anopheles
Okay,
mosquito.
and
And ascariasis, it's again
contaminated
through
food and
water.
water. Okay, next.
And then next is pneumonia.
Pneumonia.
That is pneumonia. What is
Inhaling what?
Same vessels if we use, and then inhaling
Contaminants, fomite-borne disease, as well as we should avoid inhaling the droplets of another infected person. Okay. Okay. Next.
what measure would you take to prevent waterborne diseases?
What will you do? Waterborne disease. Fresh water should be consumed, and suppose that one is using supply water, then water must be boiled up to 100 degrees Celsius, then it should be cooled and then should be consumed. Okay, next question.
What does a suitable gene mean in the context of DNA vaccines?
DNA vaccines. DNA of pathogen. Okay. So in DNA vaccine, it is preparation of vaccine means the microbes may be in killed form or it may be in attenuated form. Okay. So DNA of that pathogen that is injected into the patients. Next, what is the question? Next question is?
Question is, name the primary and secondary lymphoid organs. Primary is bone marrow and thymus.
Yes.
And then
and thymus matures in where? Thymus, oh sorry, T lymphocyte matures in?
T lymphocyte matures in thymus. T
Matures in where? T lymphocyte is formed in bone marrow but matures in thymus.
Thymus.
And what about B lymphocyte? B lymphocyte formation as well as maturation both will take place in bone marrow. And what are the example of secondary lymphoid organ?
Secondary lymphoid, spleen we saw.
Yes.
And then
spleen and then
lymph nodes.
Yes. And give 4 seconds. Give example of 4 secondary lymphoid organ.
That one.
What should be the answer? Do you have your notes?
No notes. No, I don't have.
No. Then give example of secondary lymphoid organ. How will I come to know that whether you study at home or not? By asking questions. And this I have already taught you in classes now. Primary lymphoid organ and secondary lymphoid organ. What?
Spleen, lymph node, I remember one.
Primary lymphoid organ and secondary lymphoid organ. What will be the answer?
For what? For primary, for secondary.
Secondary. Secondary lymphoid organ. What about tonsils?
Tonsils, yeah. And then this one is
tonsils and what will be examples of secondary lymphoid organ?
Pairs patches of small intestine.
Okay, so secondary lymphoid organ. Give four examples.
Spleen, lymph node, tonsils, Peyer's patches.
Peyer's patches. And what is the location of Peyer's patches? In
Small intestine.
small intestine. Okay. Next question.
Next question is
Here, see. Primary or secondary lymphoid
Amal.
organ. Spleen, lymph nodes, tonsils, Peyer's patches of a small intestine and appendix. Is it
Appendix.
clear to you?
Yeah.
Next question.
The following are well-known abbreviations. We have to expand, write its full form. For
Okay.
MALT, malt, it is
And what is the full form of MALT?
mucosal associated
Mucosa associated
lymphoid tissue.
lymphoid tissue. Okay, next.
Next, they asked CMI.
CMI means
Cell mediated immunity. Yeah.
immunity. Good. And next.
AIDS, acquired immunodeficiency syndrome.
Hmm?
AIDS.
AIDS. Okay,
Uh,
AIDS. What is the full form of AIDS?
Acquired immunodeficiency syndrome.
Good. And causative agent of AIDS is
HIV. That is immunodeficiency
humo or
virus.
human?
Human immunodeficiency virus.
Okay.
And then NACO, there was National AIDS Control Organization. Yeah.
Okay. And what is the full form of NGO?
NGO is non-governmental organization.
ELISA or ELISA? ELISA.
This is three
Enzyme.
enzyme linked immuno
Immuno what?
uh,
Enzyme linked immuno.
solvent assay.
Assay. Okay. Next. What is the question?
Draw a well labeled diagram of an antibody molecule. The diagram.
Antibody. Okay, Y-shaped structure is there, two heavy chain and two light chain. Next.
Then, what are the various routes by which transmission of human immunodeficiency virus